So many things I think I know.
Hello,
So many
everyone,
things
and
I
my
think I
name is Tinashe
don't
Chaponda.
know.
And in the last video, Alex and Joe and I had talked about how we were going to take the time to make a video about our personal stories. So here is my story. My family and I are originally from Harare, Zimbabwe, which is in Africa for those who don't know. And we had moved here in 2000, of course, for the American dream. And I moved directly from Zimbabwe to Kalamazoo. So I've been Kalamazoo raised ever since I've been in the States. I went to Paramount Charter Academy from first grade to a little bit of my eighth grade, and I was just a regular kid. I was very outgoing. I loved Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I loved math, and I did not like English whatsoever. And during my eighth grade year, 3 months into it, I actually moved to Millwood Middle School, and about 2 or 3 months moving from Paramount Charter Academy to Kalamazoo Public School, Millwood, my mom had passed away from cancer. I know, right? And especially as an eighth grader, that really did impact me and really changed my viewpoints of life. And actually, believe it or not, I only stayed home for the first day when my mom passed away. And after that, I went right back to school because in my head, I was thinking that Mama wouldn't want me to stay home and grieve. Mama would want me to go to school and learn, and better myself. So that's what I did. And obviously, that wasn't the best route, but in my head, it was. And throughout Millwood, I was very depressed, but I used my social skills to keep people around me to kind of keep that mask of just being happy. And I loved helping others, but because I couldn't really help myself. And going into high school to Lone Oaks High School right before that, I had the opportunity of joining the Jeter's Leaders program, which is a program that Derek Jeter himself started here in Kalamazoo and in New York for high school students who are passionate about giving back to the community, leadership, mentoring, and just really advocating being a good overall student. And throughout high school, being in Cheaters Leaders, you could just say I was just an average student in within the program. I didn't really embrace it as much because still didn't have that self confidence part. But I can say this right now that Leaders really did truly saved me. If it wasn't for Jeter's Leaders program and for everything they offered to me, I don't really think I would be in college, or if I was, I really don't think I would have the mindset of being successful. And throughout high school, I wasn't very confident in myself. When it came to school, I did stay above that 3.0. I ended up with a 3.3 at the end of high school, but I was so busy on looking at what everyone else was doing instead of myself. When it came to reading, I was very slow, and would look next to me and be like, "Oh, he's on page 30. I'm only at 5. I hate reading. Let me just spark notes that." And on top of that, when it came to soccer, I didn't think I had that much confidence in myself, even though I was on varsity for all 4 years. And the same thing with junior leader. I didn't think I was a good leader, even though I was one of 40 students out of all of the Kalamazoo area was in this program, but I still didn't really realize what I had and the opportunities I had. And as throughout high school came, went about, I thought that I wanted to go into engineering, and I had nothing wanted to do with English, or especially anything to do in the medical field, because my mom was actually a registered nurse. So that relationship with anything medical, medical nursing, doctor, nothing to do with. And another turning point in my life when I really got scared was when I was in the Jeter's Leaders program, and we went to New York my spring break year of my senior year, and we were able to have a Q&R with a lot of the engineers that are working on the World Trade Center. And after that day, I realized, wow, I want nothing to do with engineering. I love math, but engineering was not for me. So I was very scared going in with my graduation about to come and going to college, knowing that the one thing I thought I wanted to do, engineering, was not what I really wanted to do. And especially being an immigrant, you really want to do a job that has that security behind the job security, and engineering, doctor, the kind of the typical. And I was very afraid to tell my dad that I didn't want to do anything in engineering, but I was very grateful to have a mentor and role model. Andrew Shue, and he had very high expectations for me. He's only 1 year older than me, and he told me that, you know what, Tinashe, if you don't realize it, you're a business student. You're very confident when you want to be. You're very social. You know how to network. You know a lot of different people. You know how to negotiate. And honestly, I didn't want to bring that news up to my dad or even think about that, because I didn't want to disappoint him, because I thought I wanted to, to do engineering to make him proud. And when I when I finally got that courage that Andrew had helped me with to approach my dad, he said that I was very surprised with his response. He said, "You can do what you want to do. Just make sure you fully apply yourself and that you really go for it." So when that happened, I was very excited, but still I was very scared because I'm going into college not knowing, just switching, ideas of where I want to go into in terms of business. And same time, the Jeter's Leaders was about to no longer. I was going to graduate from the program, so I didn't have those same people, that same family atmosphere, that involvement, and that's really what kept me intact with my road to success. Was the Jeter's Leaders program, and every time I went back in that program, I really got it really inspired me. When I went to New Orleans, that was one of the life changing, being able to be there and do a service project. And the turning point in my life when I realized I was capable of doing anything was when I went to the Cheaters Leaders leadership conference the summer after graduating high school. And there I was able to hear Marion Jones talk, a former Olympic runner who actually was caught for doing steroids, then went to prison, came back, listen to this, went to prison, came back, trained, and then became a professional basketball player. I'm just like, wow, really? You do what you love, track, you get caught for steroids, but then you go to jail, come back, and then you say, you know what, I'm going to do something else because I'm capable of that. That was the first thing. And then the second thing was hearing the three doctors talk, also called the pack. And they talked about their life, about how they lived in New Jersey and had a lot way worse struggles than I did, and they were able to still overcome all that, and now they're successful, and now they're doctors. And when I saw that, I said, "Wow! If they can go through all that, what they did, worse than what I did, I too can be successful. I just have to apply myself." And really, seeing that really helped me realize that there was really two things that I really needed to do. I needed to self-reflect, really get to know who I was, and also accept my weaknesses and work on them, and embrace my strengths and also work on those. But then second, surround myself with positive, purpose-driven, like-minded individuals who also want to give back to the community, and we just kind of work together and kind of feed off each other's passion. So I came back after that conference, and I wanted to start my own group, especially since I was staying off campus, going to Western Michigan University. So I started a group called Focus Mates. That's the first name it was called, and the point of that was a group of guys who would go study together, and every time one of the guys would get distracted, you nudge him and kind of say, "Focus, mate." That's kind of how that came about. But then people thought that was very childish and kind of like sounds like a pirate. So I changed it to Focus Kalamazoo, which was actually supposed to be for only Kalamazoo Promise students. But then people who weren't Kalamazoo Promise said they wanted to be a part of it. So I said, okay, I'll change it. It can be for anyone. And the goal of Focus is to really bring students together with ideas and a passion to give back to the community, and work together to give back to the community while developing as individuals. And it came at a concept of 5 people working as five is now has overcame my expectation, overreached my expectations, and now we have a staff of 8, and we have had over 200 volunteers, college and high school students participate with that. And also just with that going on, and this all just started with the span of a year. When I started freshman year in college, this all started happening. So there's focus going on. On top of that, I'm also networking. I'm just constantly trying to develop myself, reading articles, watching a lot of TED Talks. Trust me, a lot of TED Talks. And on top of that, throughout my freshman year, I made more friendships with my professors than I actually did students, because I really wanted to get to know myself and really get to know the professors and get a lot of advice from them, instead of really worrying about the social aspect of it, which I did in high school, which I learned is not the best thing to really do when you can really be social and also do school. But for me, I wanted to really focus more on school. So with all that happening, now all of a sudden things were starting to fall in place. I started to surround myself with great people. And on top of that, now all of a sudden I'm never working throughout Kalamazoo. I'm getting to volunteer in places I never thought I would ever volunteer before. I'm meeting other students who have the same ideas, who want to give back to the community, and some great people that I've met through all my networking and everything. It's like Michael Lynn from Habitat for Humanity. That's one person that I really appreciate our friendship. She was there since the beginning of Focus, and it's gone beyond just Focus. It's become a friendship. And Michael Lynn is just one of many other people that I've met through through just focus and all the networking and all the just when you really surround yourself with the same type of people motivated. And now here we are at this time, and once again, like I'm saying, I'm not successful. I don't think I'm successful. I am creating a plan for myself. I'm creating a foundation for my success, and I still have a long way to go. But at the same time, my mindset has changed. I'm a lot confident now. I'm constantly surrounding myself with the same like-minded individuals who want to grow. I'm constantly learning from all the great staff that I have through Focus. And we're like a family. It's, oh my gosh, if you meet them, you're going to be surprised how many ideas and how much passion is in just one room. Not only that, but all the great people through Western. And I can say that I was accepted to Michigan State, but I picked Western, and I go Broncos. Go Broncos. No offense to State, but I can just say I love everyone at Western Michigan University, all the students, all the professors, and everyone is just amazing. So that is just a little teaser of my story, and I have a lot more to say. And for those of you who think that I missed out on a lot of things, just know that the more that I do this, the more comfortable that I'm going to get and reveal more about myself, and that I want to work with the viewers and really grow and kind of work together. And if you have shared the same experiences, if you have any advice for me, advice for other people, anything you want me to talk about, just comment below. Right? Yep, right there. Yep. Comment right there, and please subscribe. I'm not sure which side it is on yet. It's my first time doing a YouTube video by myself, and I've always wanted to do this. Please go check out Joe's story. I'm gonna put it right there. Yep, right there. And then as soon as Alex makes his, I'm gonna put his link right there. So after this video, I just want to say thank you very much. We're very excited for this project called Our Voice, which we want to bring other students in. We want to allow our generations to start talking about issues. And once again, thank you very much, because 3 different guys, 3 different stories, 3 different opinions. Our Voice.
Don't try and see how it goes.